Hey everyone, Duke from Retro Nonsense here. I just got finished cleaning my retro room and straightening it up some, so I figured I'd give a little tour. It's been a while since I've done that, and I've got some things arranged differently since I think the last time I did this, so I just wanted to share some of my stuff with you guys, and I'll have some things to say afterwards as well. So I'm going to grab the camera and show you guys some of my room. Alright, I'm going to start over here. This is some Lego Star Wars stuff and a comic book there. And down below that, I've got some Transformers and some He-Man guys in the back, if you can see. This is kind of all this stuff. My room's always evolving and changing, and I'm running out of room, so I'm constantly getting new shelves and finding new ways to display my stuff. But this is the state that it's in now, so it's good enough for now. Down here, I've got some GoBots from my childhood, some Ninja Turtles, some books back there, a G.I. Joe guy still in the packaging, some vintage Legos. Down here, I got the 3 classic movie books that I had when I was a kid. Some toys that I found that I had when I was a kid, just some Matchbox cars and a muscle guy and some other stuff, some G.I. Joe stuff, and Viewmaster. Then up here, I've got my Star Wars shelf. Got some vintage Star Wars toys on it. The case there that put the figures in, and here's all the Star Wars figures that I have currently, and a lot of these were donated to me. These 2 Tusken Raiders were given to me by Bill from STC Pod. I bought several of these off of Chris Roberts from Dollar Dorks podcast. He sold me this Tauntaun there, and got some glasses there from Burger King. That I had when I was a kid, some cards, cool Lego AT-AT. That's an Empire Strikes Back comic book, vintage from I think '83. So that's that shelf. And coming over here, I've got a kind of a random shelf. I've got some display boxes. There's a poster up there that I got with my NES Classic. Just some boxes, packaging that I decided to keep. But look good and display nicely. My NES Classic and my SNES Classic. Again, the NES Classic was graciously given to me by P1, so that's a great story there. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. Some amiibos I got set up here, and my box for my awesome Metroid 3DS XL. My gosh, my watch. Hold on a second, let me mute that. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Coming down here on the shelf here, I've got some Atari Games. I've got more over there. I'll show you. This is kind of like my overflow section. I've got all my Magic games, or Imagic, however you say it, and my just kind of random ones here. My M Network games. These are all my Activision games here, for the most part, and some Atari games there. Coleco, and these are the what are they, Milton Bradley, I think. These ones. I always forget. I think it's Milton Bradley games. Anyway, here's my Sega stuff down here. There's my box Sega games. Down there, another backup Genesis Model 2. And some plug and plays I've got. Again, this isn't displayed real nice because I'm running out of room. So I got stuff in front of other stuff and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I can't complain. Not a bad thing to run out of room, I guess, sometimes. Over here, this is kind of like my junk drawers. I got some extra wires, controllers, just paraphernalia, stuff like that. And same here. It looks kind of sloppy, but that's kind of jammed in the corner for now. Down here, I got some PS2 games and some GameCube games, 3DS games. And here's my NES collection with my ever-growing 10-gene collection. I got 14 now, I think. So that's been fun to collect for. And I've talked about how I order these, and I know a lot of people don't agree that I don't do it in alphabetical order, but I have my own little method of how I organize my games. So I got this really cool poster. I never showed this before. I got that when I saw Symphony of the Goddesses with the family. So it's a really cool Zelda poster I've got up there. Got some signed games, AVGN and Pat Contry. And I got some Super Nintendo games here. This is my awesome new Rob the Robot that I just recently acquired, and some nice books and some player's guides. This is some of the stuff I got when I got my Samus Returns game, And there's the box for it back there. Some 2DSs. I think this is the original one that I got, and this is the what's it called, Advance, Game Boy Advance. There's the box up there that I got my Rob the Robot in. That's pretty cool. Some other box. I don't collect a lot of box games, but here's the ones that I do have. Some lanyards from some of the stuff I've been to. Up on top here, I've got some, cases, toy cases and stuff. Some Legos, Transformers, Matchbox cars. Another glass up there. That's a Snoopy glass from when I was a kid. Got some comics on display. These are all kind of like pop culture 80s comics that I had. All the cartoons and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. V, Smurfs, Then I got my N64 collection on display here. This used to be an office. That's why it's a desk. But I really like the way this room turned out. I like sitting at a desk and having all my consoles set up here. Down here, these are all hooked up too. I just have these switches. I got 2 switches. One's there and one's back there. One's for this side, one's for this side. And I can just hit the switches and play the consoles whenever I want. They're all hooked up to this TV, which is a very nice TV. It's got a DVD player built into it. And in here I got some DVDs, some retro DVDs, my cleaning stuff. So it's cool to have it all together. Got some artwork from Square Painter back there that I buy when I see him at MagFest. Some manuals on display. Some more over here, more comics. This pin board is up because my electrical panel is behind there, so that's why that pin board is there, and it serves as a good way to display my comics. And these are all comics I had when I was a kid. Not all of them. Some of them I recently acquired, like the Street Fighter one I found. The Bayou Billy I did have, but I thought it was cool to have a video game comic up there, Double Dragon one. So, but most of these are ones I had from my original collection as more of a teenager than a kid. I read them a lot as a teenager. But just got some, stuff. Some amiibos over here as well, and some figures. And my GameCube, N64, PS2 Slim, my Atari Woody 4-switcher. And over here I got my awesome television that I love. And some more Atari games. I kind of picked just kind of the classic Atari games to kind of put over here. What in my mind were kind of the staples from the original, not original, but from Atari. And that's why I kind of put these over here. I got some, these are ones I'm giving away to people when I see them at C3, as they're calling it now. And here's my Vader Atari. Oh, what's that in there? So that's a quick little game room tour. Just figured I'd share it with you since I kind of straightened it up. And, it's always evolving and changing, and that's kind of the fun of it. You always kind of adding and changing and making it fresh, making it new. But I really enjoy this, and I'm glad to share it with you guys. So, all right, well, that was a quick little tour. I hope you enjoyed that, and I always like game room tours. So I'm not trying. I hope doesn't come off as showing off or bragging. I don't ever see it that way. I just like sharing my stuff with the community because that's the fun of it sometimes. So, and I always enjoy looking at people's game room games. I always call it a game room, not a games room. Some people say games room. Anyway, I always enjoy seeing those tour videos. So I hope it doesn't come across as braggadocious or anything like that. So anyway, also there is, I've been nominated as YouTuber of the Month by my good friend Musty Hobbit, and I will put a link in the description box of where you can go watch the video where I'm nominated, and if you want to vote for me, you can go in the comment section of that video and just say I vote Retro Nonsense. So that'd be kind of cool. And also, I'm working on the next Stuck in the 80s. It's going to be a real big one. I'm going to have a guest on there and everything. The script is written. Haven't done any filming yet, but that will be underway shortly. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I know it's been a couple of weeks, maybe even a month since my last one, but I always kind of envisioned them coming out about once a month. The first 3 kind of came out pretty quickly, but more often you're going to see them coming out about once a month. And it is summer, and I'm very busy with work, and the kids are busy, so you might see some lags here and there. But I'm going to try to get one out about one a month, so I'll be looking for that very, very soon. So that's it, guys. Just wanted to pop in and say hey, and make a video here real quick, and that's it. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.